It's my crying voice because of slide 1 of their shitty PowerPoint reflecting on April. Nobody gives a fuck. There were no videos, scripted videos that is, in the month of April 2025. We have entered a dark time. It's true. We may as well all kill ourselves collectively right now. We don't advocate for such things here this early into videos. We could get caught. But indeed, just like March, in April of 2025, we failed to upload a single scripted video. And frankly, it is one video's fault. That video we talk about right at the beginning of the next paragraph. These aren't paragraphs, these are dot points. The Pokemon Battles video continues to be iterated and worked upon, but it's still a ways off, though I'm confident it will come out in May. The document is currently 13,000 words. Oh my god, it says works there, I'm a fucking moron. And there's some stuff already video edited. That's true. It's not all bad. Fuck this shitty video. This video isn't going to get any views. It's the greatest video of all time, of course. It's just, what did I even do? So, going through every battle, and then at some point I was editing the first bit of the script. I think I am going to end up editing a lot of the grunt work that I've done out of the script, which is going to be annoying and is going to end up making this all a big waste of time. It's also been start and stop a little bit, as I've tried to work on other videos too. My plan is always like, so today, let me write down my list of things to do. Play Chrono Trigger. Every other day that probably happens. What else do I even put on there? Lift shitty dumbbells. That one gets done all the time when I'm mad. And then, whatever the fuck. And then, 1 hour Pokemon battle video. 1 hour Last of Us video. 1 hour other video. And maybe one of them gets done every day, but not even always. So, sometimes you just watch shitty YouTube videos or something. What do I even do all day? Who knows? I have a job chat, so, you better back off. Only I'm allowed to insult me on this front. And it's hard to pick up, and sometimes you just forget which one you're at. So basically, the conceit of this video, to reiterate, is that we're sort of going through every battle that happens in the Pokemon anime in chronological order, and then talking about how the battles evolve over time and how eventually Pokemon iterates itself into the best fight system team battle thingy in all of anime, and how it's just so cool, which basically takes us from the beginning of the anime till the end of the Orange Islands, which is about 120 episodes, I'm pretty sure. I think it's 116 exactly, or maybe 17. 119 if you're Japanese, these things are complicated. That was all. Both those numbers were incorporating Beauty and the Beach. So, who knows? Who knows what the fuck is going on around here? I got 5 battles left to do the initial scripting on, but then I have to edit it. And also there's been stuff that's been cut and like the first 2 Pokemon videos I made were originally part of this video. But their points sort of became irrelevant, and I've kind of got to get to the end, and talking about that final battle is probably going to take a few pages, though there is a draft of that part of the script that I did months ago that I don't know, I'll have to check in and see if it still makes sense in context and stuff like that. Then the editing process has got to happen, then obviously the recording, the audio editing, the video editing process. Now that I'm talking about it out loud, I'm not that far off of getting into that process, because this video should be relatively easy to edit, because it should just be footage from said episodes. It's not like I'm referencing a bunch of other vagaries that I have to go and get a picture from Berserk and figure out which one fucking fits the best. But anyway, this is a long video. This will be an hour plus long video, I'm pretty sure. What is 13,000 words when read aloud? I feel like I always say 1,000 is 3 minutes, so if you times that by 13, and minutes are different than hours, well, fucking something, I don't know. I think it's longer than that Last of Us marketing video. So it will end up being a long video. The problem is there's no real way to title this video that gets it a lot of views, I don't think. So it's all going to be a waste. but you got to do it for the love of the game, except you don't. So I'm sort of in a crisis there. I don't know, with a good thumbnail, and if I workshop the title a little bit, maybe it could get some attention. I think the working title right now is How Pokemon Iterated Itself into the Best Battling Shonen Fights or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But because that video is so long, I get lost in the weeds. You have to rewatch the episodes while you do it, basically. It's a little difficult, okay? Leave me alone. And then we bring us to headache number 2. The Last of Us Part 2 video/shows have been reworked entirely again, to the point where the titles have changed, and so has a lot of the content. I still want to get them out while the show is ongoing, but it'll finish in May also. So I did the math, because obviously we do a consumption slide a little bit later on, and I'm trying to figure out if The Last of Us Part 2, Season 2, is going to be finished this month, and it will be finished. The last Monday of the month will be the 4 episodes from now, which will be episode 7, the finale, and it will be on like the 25th or something. So it will finish this month, which means if all of this goes to plan, the Pokemon video, this video, and the video I'm about to talk about should all come out, and that's like 4 videos in May, and I don't think we're actually going to do that. So in all likelihood, there's not going to be any Last of Us videos while this fucking show comes out. I wanted to get them all out before the show started. Can you believe it? Originally, there were 2 main videos that were being worked on. There's other main videos. There was the wary tenderness of the opening Joel and Ellie introductory scenes in The Last of Us Part 2, and there was how Jesse and Dina introduced to be immediately likable in The Last of Us Part 2. I've sort of combined these videos into one video that is The Last of Us Part 2 opens gently, or whatever. It's The Last of Us Part 2's gentle introduction. I like that as a title because most people, when they think of it, will be like, Joel dies, so it's not gentle. This must be like a meme video or something, and click on it. Or they might be mad because they're like, no, and click on it. And then the other one is like viscerality in The Last of Us Part 2, where I want to talk about, which I think is maybe the best thing about the game, is how like you believe that anybody can die at any moment, kind of. Sort of, not penultimately, ultimately talking about the scene where Dina nearly dies, and how much you are scared in that moment, I think. And so these were basically my 2 ideas that I've come up with for like 2 videos that would be good to get out while the show was out to capitalize on it. Because if I want to do my big, super, like, thematic kind of, it's not really a thematic video, about Ellie and Abby, that is almost certainly going to be long and almost certainly not going to come out. So those 2 ideas, I think, are pretty strong. Whether or not they're actually, like, there's a lot. I don't know. Both those, well, the first video will probably be really long. The second video, probably not. The introduction one, that is. The other one, I don't know about. All of my videos could balloon into being like 35, 45 minutes long. That's how we like them, baby. But the good news is none of these videos are the next ones to be coming out. It's because I came up with a what do you call it? Not a shoelace idea, or a shoe-brained idea, a short-laced idea. There's a saying there that means stupid, or ill-conceived. And that's because I've come up with a Berserk video that I think I could get out really quickly, which is the next video will be a nice short Berserk clickbait video about the opening few pages that should be out in the first week of May. Now, I kind of wanted to get this out before April ended. I had like 3 days to do it, and I probably could have. I've already recorded some of it and done it, and I wanted to do it as like a shadow drop. I first leaked it to Bacon that I was making it. And he pointed out to me that Real Life Ryan had already made a very similar video. But then I watched that video and I was like, I can make a much better video than this. And then I leaked it to Elite RE recently. So the cat's out of the bag, as we say. So we may as well tell the general public here. The video title will probably be, is it possible to defend Berserk's opening few pages, or something like that? Are Berserk's opening few pages defensible? Or indefensible? I wonder which one works better in the title. And it's literally just talking about Guts fucking that apostle at the beginning. And I think it could be like a 7-minute video. And it has a lot of upside because it's about Berserk. It'll have a nice clickbait title. There might even be sexual depictions in the thumbnail. Oh, it would be just terrific and perfect. And I need a video to do well. What was the last video that did really well? The Ray video from 4 years ago. So yeah, I think, yeah, I could get that video out tomorrow. I don't know. I've already scripted and half audio edited part of it. No, I have audio edited the whole thing because I did video editing for it. I can't even keep up with where I'm up to with most of these things. So 2 videos this month, probably, at least. We'll have to see. Tomorrow is the first of my 4 days off in a row, so hopefully we get some things done in these 4 days. Footy ENT, I have no idea what's going on. The popular topics cycle in and out way too quickly for me to make a video in time. I kind of wanted to make a video about the Tigers, but then they won, and that would have undercut the video. I kind of want to make a video on a bunch of other things. But I just haven't had the time. I haven't even made a fucking curling into video. There was a part where towards the back end of April, I started to realize this Pokemon video is certainly not coming out with like 10 days to go. I'm like, no. So I was like, what short video can I make to get out so we can have a good moment in the PowerPoint where we don't have to do what we already did here? And a short footy ENT video did cross my mind. But it's just so, like, if you want to talk about how Manly are down on their luck because they just lost 4 in a row, it feels like you're making like how I used to make Attack on Titan chapter reviews and get them out like the day before they became completely irrelevant and the next chapter came out, because I'll be like, but if they like win the next game, I just have to throw the whole script out. It's like if you're working on like a theory video and then the next chapter comes out and it undermines everything. You're like, fuck. Well, this is pointless. So there are general topics you can make videos on. I don't know. All these things must be thought about and discussed, and I don't think anybody here is a footy ENT fan, so we won't talk too much about that now. So 0 scripted videos. I'm very optimistic, though, that this will turn around very quickly, and maybe we can get back on track. We're in the 5th month. We need to have 5 videos by the end of the month to be on our track for our 12 videos in the year thingy that we have at the end of the video. But that was also a joke to be like, it has to be more than that, right? Anyway. What the fuck? Unscripted videos. 15 unscripted videos were uploaded to secondary ENT this month, plus 7. Sub also went up a bit. Sub count? Subscribers. That's what I mean. I don't think I made any Elite RE or Ordinary RE appearances because that bozo doesn't upload videos anymore. I think we did get like 10 subscribers or something. Uploading does work, I guess. And we had a few videos that were about weird topics that did do a little well. And that's sort of how you grow any channel, is you sort of make a bunch of odd videos that get a bunch of views, and then you have this odd collection of subscribers that really don't mean anything. It's not like the good old days where you had a loyal subscription base that only watched the videos in their subscription feed, because that probably never happened, but there certainly was a perception that was the case at some point. Do I have a core Kyle Entertainment fan base? I think it's about 7 people, and they're all on a Discord server, but we'll have to see if we can rebuild it, if we can recall people's memories. That Attack on Titan idiot is making a Berserk video. I gotta watch that. We'll see. To go over what these videos were, a bunch of them were Chainsaw Man chapter reviews and Last of Us episode reviews, and there was a Vinland Saga chapter review. They're all doing all right. It's always mixed. True, some of them, like the most recent Chainsaw Man and the most recent Last of Us episode, are doing terrible. But the Joel dying one did pretty good. And there was a Chainsaw Man one in there that did really good too. I think the Vinland Saga video has like 100 views. I think for secondary ENT, if it has less than 100 views, it's pretty bad. If it has over 100 views, you're like, oh, I guess I can live with that. So yeah, these are all normal. Chainsaw Man. You know, I had a dream where like it was announced at the end of a Chainsaw Man chapter that it only had 5 chapters to go. That doesn't bode well for my subconscious feelings about Chainsaw Man Part 2, right? I kind of want it to end. The Last of Us obviously will be over pretty soon, and Vinland Saga, you get 1 video on that month, a month if you're lucky. Coming into next month, I do have a Heavenly Delusion chapter catch-up thingy to do that I'll probably do in the next few days. That'll be truly epic. Oh, we're not moving on to streams yet. I can't resist. I'm autistic, chat. I always press the over keys accidentally and spoil what's coming next in the PowerPoint, even when I'm doing a ranking PowerPoint. We'll talk about that at the bottom, I think, of this slide. The Last of Us discussions, They're barely discussions because it's just me talking at Elite RE for like an hour and a half. But I don't know, they're fun. I like watching The Last of Us more than I like reading Chainsaw Man Part 2. And the Vinland Saga thing is okay. I don't know, it's fine. Cowboy Bebop with Jarky Bacon finally happened, the first 13 episodes. I haven't gotten much feedback on this one, but it got more views than I was expecting, and I'm happy it's out. I think it has 150 views right now. It does have a good title, because I think the title was, "Is Cowboy Bebop really an all-time classic?" Question mark, exclamation mark. Maybe in opposite order to what I just said. I kind of like this discussion with Bacon. It was less structured. The intro was terrible. We should have done a much more punchy intro. I feel like that'll do terrible for the retention. There's sometimes with RE we get... How often do I say RE instead of Elite RE? That sounded weird just now. How many times did I call Jarky Bacon Elite RE in that thingy? A lot. In that discussion, that is. With Elite RE, sometimes we will get too bogged down in the structure a little bit. And the Jarky Bacon discussion in Cowboy Bebop, we probably were a little too much off the structure. But it was kind of refreshing in that sense. Because me and Bacon just basically talked about general things for most of it, and then at the end... Because obviously the conceit of this is like, oh, we'll talk about each episode, and, 5 minutes to 10 minutes, episode 1, episode 3, and episode 4. Instead, it was like 0 minutes to an hour and 30 about, like, dubs. And then it was, like, little individual bits on episodes. But I think that is a better discussion. Like, you don't really want to do it episode by episode, because that kind of gets boring, I think. Especially if it's not too fresh in the audience's mind. But anyway. Because we're... I don't know if we announced this anyway. I think we did at the end of the Chainsaw Man video, at least yesterday. We are doing Serial Experiments Lane with the group, and I don't think any of that will be episode by episode breakdown. I think it'll just be like, what does everybody think the show is about for 2 hours? And we'll go person by person. I'll probably structure it out a little bit more. I'll probably say, now, Jarky Bacon's going first, and nobody gets to say anything. Don't even or and he's going to give his little 2-sentence diatribe about what he thought and what he thinks it's about, and then we'll go to each individual person. Oh, I got to think of who I want to go first. I should definitely go last, or should I go first? I forced myself to go first in Fire Punch because I wanted to set the goddamn tone. I should have gone first in Die Buster. But sometimes, I'm just... My internal selfishness beats out my internal... logicness, where I want to hear what the other people have to say more than I want to set the tone. But setting the tone is obviously in the long run more selfish. So, I'm doing that human thing of, being poorly selfish, which leads to war chat, and that's pretty deep. Cowboy Bebop, it's about life and stuff. But anyway, hopefully part 2 with Jarky Bacon Cowboy Bebop also comes out next month. I've only got 13 episodes to watch, and I got 31 days to watch them, plus time to record. Also, obviously, I would like more general discussions like this. I think that they're like my favorite secondary ENT content to make. Even if this one doesn't have a lot of intrigue, like with Still Experiments Lane, it's going to be, what does everybody think? Which one of them's not going to like it? Jarky Bacon. What everybody thinks, etc. With Bebop, it's like, Bacon likes it, I like it, yippee. But it's also just like an exercise for both of us to rewatch the show and stuff like that. The Pokemon Battle video preview I uploaded, which is a bit of a scripted thing of that Pokemon Battles video. It's sort of the thesis, or not the thesis, but the setup for the video. It got like 100 views. I should definitely unlist it, because I was just like, it's a little, get excited for this video, guys. And then I'll hide it, and then it'll come out later. I don't know, I don't like it just being on the channel, so I think I probably should unlist it or something. So you better write that link down if you want to come back to it later and see what I changed or something like that. The YouTube video was actually great. I liked the way I did it, and it got views. This is true. It got like 250 views or something, where I made a YouTube video reviewing 3 kind of video essays that had come out recently, 2 of which are probably not video essays, which is the Pokemon Challenges Run and Bun video, the best video of the year so far, the new ContraPoints video, and then the Nate lecture, of which there have now been 2 new lectures. I wanted to do a second video like this before the end of the month, but I didn't really watch many videos, and I didn't really see any. It was a very much like 3 very big videos that I had things to say about that I thought merited a video. But I do like this as a structure to sort of replace the sort of YouTube digest sort of stuff that I was thinking of doing. I did watch one video that I thought I could make, which was that I could like incorporate into the next type of video like this. But the video came out so long ago, and I watched it like 2 weeks ago. It came out like 3 weeks ago. That I was like, it probably doesn't make sense to group it with some other videos now. And that was the Jose, I think that YouTube channel is, Jose, but it's got like a little accent on one of the letters or something. Made a video about Mad Men, which was kind of like a series retrospective. In fact, I think it was literally titled Mad Men Retrospective, which I thought was a very good video. Kind of missed the point, but I would have had a lot to say about that. I could go back and still do it, but I'll see. I don't know when the motivation grasps me that there are videos that must be spoken of. Because it could have been that one, and then there was a summoning salt video that came out that could have been interesting to comment on that I didn't end up watching, but I could still watch, etc., etc. So I like that format, and I think we'll use that format going forward. I just don't know when. In a Star Wars TV show trailer reaction thingy and Switch reactions, but they were all stream clips that were uploaded. They all did pretty good. The Star Wars video initially did pretty bad, but then it jumped up to like 200 views. The Switch reactions did the one cutout of me reacting to Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. Got a lot of views. I think it has like 1 point something K. So that's pretty cool. But those are just stream clips, so they're whatever. And then last month's PowerPoint was fine. I think it got more views than usual. And our ranking video was good. I liked it a lot. I liked the structure. I didn't like the quality of the images on the PowerPoint. But I thought I was being clever with the thumbnail, but it just fucked it over. So I've since changed the thumbnail. The thumbnail was originally just like text on the thumbnail of all the stuff that was in the video. Well, not all of it, but like all the eye-catching stuff that was in the video. And I've since gone back and it's got like Rey from Star Wars, Honora, and I think Jack from Jack and Daxter is in the middle, and it's just a normal thumbnail. It probably could have got more views if I had started with a thumbnail like that. But I kind of fucked it. So, what are you going to do about it? Well, don't expect there to be another 15 videos that'll come out this month on Secondary ENT. We're sort of guaranteed like 10. Like this video, Heavenly Delusion, probably 3 Chainsaw Man chapters, 4 Last of Us videos, and then 1 more video, and then we get to 10. So I guess 15 isn't out of the question. Cowboy Bebop, Serial Experiments Lane, we're up to 11. We'll have to see. Unscripted videos were the only thing that were even kind of successful this month. Everything else is in the shitter chat, so this is the positive part. Streams! 4 streams happened in April. That's 2 down from last month. There's nothing new or interesting on the streaming front. This is true. I think one of the streams was reacting to the Switch 2 thingy. One of them was reading Elite Ari's comments. One of them was like giving updates and doing a Pokemon music trivia thing. And the other one was, I looked through all of them to see if there was anything interesting to talk about. I've already forgotten. So, streams are streams, are dreams, are beans, are deems, are dreams, are deems. True. Media consumption! Fucking went down the toilet. 3 things were consumed and listed. Karanokyo Kai, 2 more movies, and The Last of Us Season 1. Now, if you compared it like hour to like last month, it probably isn't that far off, because obviously The Last of Us in total, 9 episodes? Some of the episodes are really long. It's probably about 10, 11 hours of content consumed. So I probably did do a decent amount of consuming, just not a lot of payoff. In this month, so maybe we shouldn't be so depressed. But all we care about is number going up, and number didn't go up very well. But we've perhaps set ourselves up for number to go up quite well in May. But also, let's not consume, let's just create. Oh, what a wise thing to say. Why would you consume when you can create? Wow, let's all just think about that for a second. But no, I'm going to consume. Ongoing consumption. Look at this fucking list, huh? Chrono Trigger is still not finished somehow. This is very true. I am now doing the side quests before I battle Lavos at the very end. And now I thought all these side quests would be like an hour long. It looks like they're all like 15 minutes long, which could be good. I've only done the Luca one so far, and I'm going to do the Magus one. It's not. Is it Magnus or Magus? I don't fucking know. Fucking Magus, I think. Sounds like fucking maggot, which sounds like fucking. Oh, you don't say that word, chat. Now, Chrono Trigger will be finished soon. Like in my head, it's going to be finished over these like 4 days I have off. We'll have to see though. Pasido. Oh, we're doing real autistic shit right now. We're doing word association. Association? Can't even speak. That's another autism. Yeah, there's not long to go. Jesus fucking Christ, can we get it over with? This has been on here for like 4 months, but so is everything on here. So, Crash Team Racing and Mario 64 got put on hold. I might have played Crash Team Racing once. I don't think I played Mario 64 once. You know, there is some deep, dark thoughts about Mario 64 in my head. I'm like, sometimes I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know, I kind of play it. I kind of get it, you know. Basically, like, I got everything I'm going to get out of Mario 64. You know, it was a fun time. It's like a 4 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5. You know, it's pretty cool. You know, maybe we can just, you know, drop it, you know, come back to it later, you know, in 2 years or something. But no, we're going to commit to it. We're going to finish it, hopefully. I started to look outside and Fire Emblem GBA. I don't even know if I've told anybody about Fire Emblem. I feel like I started 2 games and then Miller was like, that's exactly what you need right now to start more games. And I've since started 2 more games, so we'll see. This is how you can tell somebody's depressed and unsatisfied with their life, is when they've started a bunch of consumptive things and they're trying out a bunch of things. Because that's definitely happened here, because there's a lot of like, oh, and I watched 1 episode of this and didn't watch any episodes of this, but I did start this new thing and watch 2 episodes of it that I won't continue. But I am 2 missions into Fire Emblem GBA. Now, there was an announcement that a Fire Emblem got added to the GBA Nintendo Online, and I was like, oh, cool, there's Fire Emblem on there now. But that was actually the second Fire Emblem game, and there's been a Fire Emblem game on there the whole time. I also own 2 Fire Emblem games. I own Awakening, which I played a decent amount of, though I never actually finished. And then I own the DS one. But I was half convinced that I owned a GBA one, and therefore I should play it on GBA rather than on the Switch, but then I found out that I don't own the GBA one, so playing it on Switch was okay. I'm also playing it in handheld mode, which is the only Switch game I've ever played in handheld mode, I think. So, you know, because it's a handheld game, it seemed appropriate. So, you know, that's kind of cool. Look Outside is like a horror RPG small game that came out in like March of this year that I saw Super Patch Wolf play. And he clickbaited me with a thumbnail, and I was like, oh, this seems kind of cool. It's kind of in sort of an Undertale-esque style where it's like, do you kill the enemies even though they seem like enemies, or do you just talk to them, brother? And the answer is a little bit of both for me so far in my playthrough. It's also only 6 hours long, so I could finish it pretty quickly and say that I finished this cool little indie small game that makes me sound cool and relevant. And then something terrible happened in like the last 2 days. I think it might have literally just been yesterday. I started replaying Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness because I had a craving and I was fighting it off for a week, and then I was like, oh, just do something else. This is terrible, chat. This means in like the next 2 weeks, I'm probably going to sink like 20 hours of my time into beating this game, having the time of my life, getting absolutely nothing out of it because I've literally played this game like 6 or 7 times in my life. I literally booted up the game to check like the last save file, which was a completed save file. And I'm like, I don't remember using this team at all. It's completely gone from my memory. I literally saw it the other day and I don't even think I can remember it now. But it's since been deleted, you know. Also, I can play this time with like a Shiftry maybe, or like a Sharpedo, maybe a Camelrupt, you know. It's a cool Pokemon that I might have used before, but maybe not. You never know. So that's excellent. I watched up to episode 13 of Cowboy Bebop. True, we did that all in this month, I'm pretty sure. Or no, I think I watched 6 episodes last time, so that's only 7 episodes, I think. 6 months. It is 7. I watched 1 more episode of K-On! I had watched 1 at the end of last month, and I have since watched 1, and that was earlier in the month. So K-On! Has been put on hold for a few weeks. Hopefully we get back to it soon. I watched 5 Serial Experiments Lane's episodes. 2 of them were yesterday, so that's pretty cool. Lane I can finish pretty quickly. It's very easy to watch. And it's just so good, huh? So yes, that's happening too. We're going to do a discussion on that. I caught up on Heavenly Delusion chapters. I think I read 4 chapters in total, so that's pretty big. Pretty cool there. We won't talk about that, though. And last night I watched 2 episodes of Tires, which is a Netflix comedy show that Shane Gillis is in, everybody's favorite YouTube Shorts comedian. And so is Stavros Halkias, my new favorite background noise guy, who I watch his podcast, Starvy's World, all the time. So they were both in it. I was like, this will probably be funny. It's not as funny as any of their other stuff. Like, just watching, like, the Stavros' podcast, it's, like, way funnier than the show, which I think is interesting. But the show's alright. It's, like, 20-minute episodes. There's, like, 6 episodes. I get to put it on my media checklist, so I'm going to continue watching it. It's also funny how much better that Stavros is of an actor than literally everybody else in the show, and it's kind of, like, off-putting. But I don't know, maybe I'll do a PowerPoint on Tires when I finish it. There's a season 2 coming out, too. I'm also probably going to, I guess I will save this for when we're talking about consumption. Some things were dangerously shelved for the whole month. This is true. There has not been another consumptive episode of The Simpsons Season 1. Heart of Darkness has had 0 words read. Blood Meridian has had 0 words read. Pokemon Heart Gold has not been played once. And worse, I've started another Pokemon game over the top of it. So should I just give up on this year-and-a-half-old save file? Oh my god, it's actually a year-and-a-half old, Nilly. No, it's more than oh no, that's more than a year. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die, chat. Time has gone too fast. Nothing has happened in the last year. I feel like I'm back in the spiral of my pre-New Zealand times. I just gotta do something, I gotta do something drastic. I gotta delete the YouTube channels and walk away. What a conclusion that would be to come in the middle of these podcasts, huh? My favorite thing consumed in April was The Last of Us Season 1, I suppose. I give it an 8 out of 10. I guess I'm spoiling that no Karaoke Yokai movie got more than an 8 out of 10. Though an 8 out of 10 would be terrific for that franchise, huh? Anyway, this was the media consumption plan for April. It was not 3 things. There were 3 Crash games here, continuing our triumphing in Crash. This didn't happen. Blade Runner with Elite RE didn't happen. Cowboy Bebop with Jockey Bacon half happened. Bakano/Uzumaki with the group has been shelved entirely in favor of the Great Serial Experiments lane. Finishing Chrono Trigger, yikes. Following up with another JRPG. We did not start Final Fantasy IV. Finishing up Mario 64, following up with either Ocarina of Time or Sunshine. None of that happened. Zombie 100, I don't think, maybe I read like 1 chapter or so. I always said Dan to Dan was next. No, I didn't. Ghost in the Shell / Angel's Egg, Love and Plop and Ritual movie duos did not happen this month. Heart of Darkness and Blood Meridian. I think I should probably focus on Heart of Darkness because I can finish it in April. Fat chance, little boy. Anime K-On! Was watched 1 episode. Record of Lotus War, we didn't watch anything of. Maybe Yamada's first time rewatch. Now that's exciting. We got to do that. The Last of Us Season 1 rewatch into Season 2 airing. We did do that, though. That's pretty epic. Look Outside wasn't on that list, huh? Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness wasn't on that list, huh? Fire Emblem GBA wasn't on that list, huh? Sometimes you got to be impulsive, and that's how we succeed in life. Or don't. Succeed in consuming. So the plan for May, this needs to be a cleanup month. We need to finish Crash Tag Team Racing. We need to finish Chrono Trigger. We could probably finish Fire Emblem GBA. I don't imagine that's a very long game. We could just fucking get through it and finish Pokemon Heart Gold. We'll probably finish Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. We should be able to finish Cowboy Bebop. We should definitely be able to finish Serial Experiments Lane. Lotus War, that's a possibility. The Last of Us Season 2 will definitely be finished. Tires will definitely be finished. I don't know why I'm pretending I'm going to watch the Romanoffs this month. And there is also Heart of Darkness, which I could commit to. It's not a very long book. Things that almost certainly won't be finished: Blood Meridian, Mario 64, Heavenly Delusion anime, and Zombie 100. True to all these things. Things that are on the agenda. So these are like other things that I'm thinking about consuming right now. This is everybody's favorite part, because their favorite thing might be on here only to get ignored. So we have the Crash games, which is our gateway to PS5 gaming. Once we play through the Crash games, we will be able to play on the PS5, and that will open up a myriad of possibilities to us, right? Blade Runner with Elite RE is probably going to happen, I think. We just got to get rid of Karaoke Yokai first. Ghost in the Shell and Angel's Egg will probably happen. Love and Pop and Ritual, probably with Elite RE, will probably happen. Final Fantasy IV, Earthbound, and Golden Sun are all my next JRPG RPG follow-ups that I want to do. I don't know, we'll probably vaguely start one of them after we finish Chrono Trigger. Ocarina of Time is still very much on the brain. Pokemon XD, I think What changed is that I made this slide a few days ago, and I have already started Pokemon XD. This first time rewatch would be really fun. The Pokemon anime, I think I'm gonna start watching that again. I've had some impulses to do that. Season 5 is almost certainly happening. It might literally be starting tonight. It's the last season, chat. It's all out. Oh my goodness, can't wait to see it. How are they gonna resolve the story? Probably with him dying. Crazy. So it's not really the most exciting potential, like, I don't know if anything that's on here excites me too much. I just want to play Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I'm addicted, and watch Serial Experiments Lane. So we will see. There will probably be some random, I don't even know what they are. Coming from nowhere, there's like 3 random things that we're probably going to start. There's like a random movie we're going to watch. Everybody get excited. It could be a favorite thing. It could also certainly not be. We'll have to see. Oh my god, it's the end. We're checking back in with our goals. 50,000 subscribers seems dead and buried at this point. We haven't even hit 10k, and we're nearly halfway through the year. Oh my god, we're nearly halfway through the year. But there is something on the horizon that could save us from everything. Berserk. Yes. 100 million views on this shitty Berserk video with sex and controversy in the name and the thumbnail and the title. That's what a name is. Oh my goodness. It would be so great, wouldn't it? And we would just shoot up to 10,000 subscribers overnight. It would be epic. Then we'd follow it up with our second Berserk video, and a 7th Berserk video, and a 4th Berserk video. And oh my goodness, it would be terrific. We would just be to the moon. Improved output this year. Surely at least 12 videos, right? We're still at 3 from 12, so that's pretty good. Except it's not. We're behind in months, but maybe by the end of the month we'll be up to 5 at least. We can hope. Better ideas, and I just write, to this. Who cares about that? Making our legacy videos. Fuck these shit-ass videos is what I said, and we stand by that. Maybe Last of Us videos, Pokemon anime videos we've made. Madman video, it's been on the brain since I watched that other one. The appeal of Chainsaw Man, get back to me in maybe a year, and we'll see if anybody gives a fuck about the appeal of Chainsaw Man. More focus directed to footy NT, lol. And that's the end of our PowerPoint, everybody. We should show this screen while we do our outro. No, we'll see. I'm not in a very positive headspace, Every time that a new month has rolled around, I've been excited. I'm like, oh my god, I get to start some new things. This month, I'm a little down in the dumps. I'm a little dumps in the downs, I'm a little scatterbrained. I'm a little, I don't know what to do. I'm a little lost in the sauce, But we'll pull ourselves through, chat. And next month, we'll have a great PowerPoint full of amazing statistics, winning formulas, great consumptions. None of that sounds interesting to me. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I don't want to consume. I don't want to create. I'm just an empty vessel, Wow, that was really funny. I tied that back into the consume and create deepness from before. Anyway, I'm just yapping at this point. This is where I'll see you next month. We'll do some interesting things. Heavenly Delusion chapter catch-up coming out soon. And probably some other things eventually. Support links in the description below. Thanks.